future for Commercial. So you're getting to know now where this bald guy is, right? When we start seeing him, it's not the only one, but this main one that I keep showing you. Several sets of eyes, but eye here. Where's his other eye? Right here. Nose right here. Using this mouth in this situation. He uses all this beard and all this in one direction, and then if you look at the timelines, he's getting cropped around at certain times. When you look at all the crop lines revolved around that one image. Because then he's got this other one, if you follow this timeline right here, right? Because you got that same dude, I don't want to call him people, but image of. So eye, and then he's got the far eye right here, right? So yeah, eye and eye. He's still bald in this direction at this angle. And he uses all this down here and all that. Then he's got, let's get the cropper in there. I'm staying a little bit away from the timeline because I want you to see the timeline. That particular timeline. That gives you that larger face. I'm going to come over a little more so you can get the next eye with them, which is right there. So keep an eye out. There you go. That gives you all this face, which is another timeline. So that one image keeps getting cropped out. I'm going to crop them. Okay, I'm going to crop them right now from there. If you can keep your eye on that one. Alright, let's try to do this. I'm going to try to do a bunch of shit at the same time. Okay, so we're going to watch this eye here with this eye here. Still with this nose, I think, yeah. With that mouth, with all the beard and everything going all the way around the ear. The ear is here. The edge of his face is right here. Okay, and then, so that would be this timeline, would give you all of him. Then, I'm going to take him back to this timeline right on that eye. Right here. I'm going to take him back to that timeline. That's going to give you this eye with this eye. Still got the beard. Still got all this, right? Then I'm going to take him back again to this timeline. Now this timeline, look where it starts. But that's understandable because the Sea of Tranquility, where all the timelines seem to come out of, is right here. So that makes sense to me. All right. So now let me do this again. Bring him back to this eye. Okay, so bringing him back to this eye brings this timeline right here. Now we're at that timeline right there. Now you only have the eye, nose, and mouth. Still got the bald head, still got the ear, still got all this. But now none of this makes sense with that because the cutoff line is right here because there's another timeline here. So watch. And this timeline, and these are definitely timelines. These are big timelines. The ones I'm working on now are big timelines. They're not even little shit. So here's, my cropper don't fit the timeline, but you'll see what I'm saying. So that one right there, I'm coming away from the timeline so you can see them, bringing the shadows in. Brings us to that one. Now if I figured all that out in a couple days, I'm just going to have to assume that if I can just keep going like this all the way around. Yeah. Because then if I come to this timeline and I turn this way, that puts me back on that timeline. And then if I only had this one alone, that does give me the, if I only had this one, it goes this way. There's that one. So that's what you get on that timeline. You get his left, and you get from his left eye over. And he turns into the goat. Just goes. You get the goatee, sideburns in the ear, and all that shit on that particular timeline. It's fucking amazing, man. All right. I have for minutes here. Let's see.
Find your beat. Shoot. A moment of calm.
the hair. So it's gonna be another female image. This is what I'm saying about the true creator sees everything as one. We see male, female. We see up, down, left, right, backward, forward. The true creator sees everything as one. Okay, so this one right here. What I'm doing is I'm big on these timelines right now. So what I was noticing is that when I'm coming into the timeline, here's a timeline right here. And here's another timeline right here. There's a whole bunch of them, but I'm just pointing out these two in particular because they're surrounding this face where the eye, nose, and mouth, right? So if and there's other ones, above and stuff like that. I brought you in on some of these the other day on the other video. I'm looking for my stick in my screen here. Okay, I don't want to throw your eyes all around up here, and I can't work two cropping tools plus the stick in the camera and everything at once. So I'm just working with the left cropping tool. But what I'm noticing is when I keep saying I'm going to bring my cropper away from the timeline so that I can let you see the image and let you see the timeline. And as I've been doing that, I've been noticing, I always knew there was dragging my lights and shadows around. I know there's a conscious effort of me doing that. But when I come to here on the exact timeline, even though it lights up a little bit too much and you can't get the image that good, I want you to pay attention to a few things: facial hair, mustache, a little bit of a beard going on, eye, nose, mustache, mouth right here. What I'm trying to get at is that masculine features. I know I'm moving around a lot because I'm like reaching across the table and everything. Masculine features. Now I'm gonna open them up a little bit more and bring you to this other eye because interesting timeline, right? Fucking cropping tool. I'm trying to get the cropping tool right on that triangle right I got right there because that's the shape of this. That's the shape of the timeline. See, I can fit it almost perfect because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to show you several things. Here's another timeline. Eye on this side of this timeline. Eye here. Let me get them again. Hold on. Hold on a minute. All right. So eye. But this eye is on this side of this timeline. This eye, right? Now, I'm going to come out for the next eye, which is over here. Same image, different direction. And I have no doubt if I pull my camera off, it stretches all the way over into here for the other eye to make the face larger and we go into a larger face. But my point is the eye falls on the other side of the timeline. These timelines are cutting off images exactly perfect for us. Not like the other fake ass guy in the last video, where the dudes, they're fucking with because they're doing is they're putting color in over the shadows, over the true creator's work, and they're hiding it from you. So again, I notice I'm bringing my cropper in. I'm bringing in a lot of light. I'm trying to leave my stick out because the stick and everything makes it everything blurry when I'm doing this too, because the camera's trying to see what distance it's trying to look at. So unless I put this right up against the screen, it makes that more difficult as well. Just to let you know, if you do this for yourself, it's much easier. If I was just doing this for my own pleasure, which I do, but I have a much better time. I just put the music on and I don't have to worry about nothing. Okay, back to the story. So I'm pulling this away. So now as I keep pulling this away and I get over to this other big timeline, there's another large timeline here. Larger than these ones. These ones are even pretty small, even though they're dark. And then I get over to this large timeline right here. For that, I'll just go to that one for now. Okay, this image starts looking female. I'm gonna take this off, and I'm saying that because hair, female to us as humans. But I'm saying is that the true creator sees us all as one. Because every time we see female imagery, just a little tiny turn of anything, throwing lights and shadows around even, and you can get to see, oh, I see, so male and female. So the long hair going all around, the eyelashes start coming out on it. the mustache will go away. All these things in this particular image will then start looking more like a female image. It already was when I was moving the camera around. And that was the first time I've ever seen that one with the eyelashes. It's, especially now that I'm finding the timelines, because what's happening now in the last few days, this has been 6 years. It's unbelievable how much you fucking learn in just one day. I don't know. Maybe you're just not ready for it. I guess I don't know. But especially as long as I've been looking at the timelines, I guess I was just figuring as usual. It'll come to me when it comes to me, and don't force it. But I don't know if that's a good idea anymore because we're so fucking out of time. So, anyways, so she's going to FEMA. What I noticed when I was following these timelines, because usually when I was getting that particular image, I was going right there and getting the mail. And then, since looking for the timelines, I not only did that one, but I also came out to here for no particular reason. In other words, I didn't not attracted to any images that were out this far or anything like that. But because I was looking for the timelines, I said, let me look at this again for a minute. And then all of a sudden, I see, and then I caught the female image. Because I'll tell you, there's another one too. In the same fucking area. Do I have time to bring you in on it? I don't know if I do. All right, so keeping an eye on all this. This is actually pretty interesting because it's a question I've had from the beginning. I doubt it's going to be what I think it is, but we're going to look at it for the hell of it, and I'll explain it to you. This area here and this area here, because I'm going to flip this all around. So hold on a minute. Just some of my questions on some of the images that I'm always questioning. So this one right here, oh, what the, fucking bitch. Okay, I hit the mouse. eye, eye. Is that a beak? Is that a lower beak? Or is it just an ape face? Or is it a bird? I'm going to give you a lot of different angles on it. I know it goes rodent after this timeline, because see, this is one of the timelines. Matter of fact, it's one of the timelines I've been fucking with for the last few days. That's this one. As a matter of fact, I forgot the cropper especially cut out for that timeline. I'm looking at what it's cutting. Because it's right down the middle of the... It's not a beak though. It just appears to be a beak. Because I can't get a bird face out of him any which way. Cannot get bird eyes out of him. Maybe someone else can. Someone who knows birds better. I'm just gonna make a mention. I'm gonna make a mention, Richard, when I get over to doing this moon. This is the one I told you was fucky, but it's got other fucky things in it. It's got the backward S with one line through it somewhere in here. I'll find it again. And then also, I thought you'd be interested because there's also a 15 mile per hour sign in here. I thought it was per hour. But then when I seen you guys doing the 15-minute cities everywhere, I noticed that Jeff Buys Cars had a 15-minute sign. It was square and it looked like a 15 mile an hour sign because the sign doesn't say speed limit on it. It's just, it's in here somewhere. I'll find it. It's a square sign with a 15 in it. And like I said, the true creator does not do anything in squares and circles. Everything's done in triangular shape. So anytime you see a circle or an obvious square that's not built by triangles, because circles can be built by pie pieces and squares obviously can be built by triangles very easily as well too. So that's why I'm mentioning that. So in the bottom of the seashell, look at the eye right there. This is the seashell up here. I don't want to move the camera too much because I want you to see the other eye. See the other eye? It goes with that eye. It goes with this large snout. I know there's a lot of faces in here, but stay with me. So eye, eye. Okay, so timeline and another timeline. Keep an eye on that eye. Son of a bitch.
Pioneering a motor oil so
Son of a bitch. I fucking can't believe how much. Holy fuck. Okay, so again, the same timeline we've been playing with from a different angle, different perspective, different images that I'm seeing that are all being cut out as the timelines come through. So there's an eye in here, and the reason why I'm saying holy fuck, because it's just so many new things in just a couple of days. The seashell, what we call the seashell, has this triangular shape right here to it. It's got this little point that goes out the edge of it, right? And I've been looking at that for a long time, 6 years. I know every image that's inside there, but I never noticed what I'm about to talk about. So I'm finding that these large timelines, there's something special about it. And one of these timelines, many of them actually are coming through, but this one in particular comes through right this way. And the only reason I noticed it is I was going for this eye. Where is he? I was going for this eye with this eye because I'm seeing the timeline coming down this way, going for this large canine face that seems to be like coming out from behind type of thing, right? When I have him cropped, it might be easier to see, but I'm going to try to bring the camera down on his eye. Eye. See the funny shape of his head as if he's being stretched through something. Now take your mind off of the timeline and just go like that because your eyes are going to be taken over there. So I'm going to try to get him for you like this. Yeah, and he's definitely a canine. He's got this big canine nose. All right, so this line is a timeline. I don't see this other one going to a point as a timeline, but then again, I didn't see. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is, because it's going that. So from the point of the seashell, coming down this way is a major timeline. It's these fat ones that we're talking about. Then from the point of the seashell going the other way down this triangle, goes down this fucking one. There's something to this. something to this. We're gonna get to the fucking bottom of this. You're all gonna get to the bottom of this. Other people have to fucking come in and start looking. Who cares if they tell you you're fucking nuts? You'll be able to prove yourself within days of looking. You'll be able to prove to yourself, and anyone questions you, you just fucking laugh at them. That's all in a timeline too. See, there's the eyes that I was looking at right there. Hold on, another commercial probably. So here's my eye and the one eye that's in the seashell. The seashell got this pointy thing coming down here, following this timeline. This other timeline is tracing out this large image. It looks like it's squeezing through the background of the large canine. Then I'm going to bring it down to here. And I'm going to bring you the next, there's several images within here that you're going to catch. There's one looking off in that direction, see him? Eye, nose, mouth, full face, neck, everything. When I bring you over to his, there. See his neckline and everything for that one? I'll get him more clear in a minute. My camera just went blurry. Other one on the other side of his face. Eye, nose, mouth. These are images of black humans, by the way, for anybody that may be coming to my channel that are black or of color. Because there's a lot of imagery of all the nationalities are all included. There's nobody that I can see yet. All descents, Asian, different facial features that I don't even know facial features good enough to know. Other people have to come into it. So again, my eyes are on the timelines all the time now. And then when we get down to this next one, I'm going to show you eye. There's his nose. His nose is right here. His mouth is right here. He's got the beard shit going on a little bit. That's part of the timeline. But look how he falls all in the timeline on that one. I'll bring him. There you go. And that is in the same timelines as that other one with the eye, the big snout. Matter of fact, there's another canine nose for another version of that same canine. So instead of having the large nose here, he's got the canine. It's obviously a canine nose. You can see the nostrils, see the size of it as it's looking through. And there's a human face looking off to the right, but I don't know where he cuts off in the timeline, so I'm not even going to get into it. But this one, eye, nose, mouth. Okay, so I'm out of time. This is unbelievable, man. It's unfucking believable. anyone listening, you better go wake up your family, wake up your friends before it's too late.